Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tracy with JDL Threads, and thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. And if you subscribed, thank you so much and welcome everyone. What I would like to do for you today is I would like to go ahead and show you how I'm going to make me a 2026 calendar, because every year around this time my brain gets to scrambling thinking, oh, I want to have me a calendar. And what do? I head right over to the Dollar Tree to try to find me this fabulous calendar, and all they have is those same old boring calendars. So what we're going to do this year is we're just going to make our calendar, because that's all it is. It's a paper with a bunch of prints, right? We can do that at home on the computer using Canva and our inkjet printer, and we're going to make our own calendar and we're going to make it fabulous. So remember, for me guys, if you're enjoying my content, please like, share, and subscribe for me, and let's head on over to the computer where we can head on and get on Canva, and I'll show you how I'm going to get everything set up and how we're going to get this calendar printed out so we can have our fabulous 2026 calendar. All right, everybody. So I'm over here in Canva now, and all you would do is, I have the Canva Pro account, so some of these elements you will not be able to use. If you see the little crown on the bottom, you would only just be able to use the non-pro account, which would not have the crowns on them, but I have the pro account, so I'm going to be able to use all the elements in the account. So in order to get this calendar made, what I want to do is I would first come to design right here, and I would click that. And then all I did was here, I put in 2026 calendar, and then you kind of just scroll down to find what kind of calendar that you're looking for. Okay, and here again is the crown that you would see if you had the pro account, and you would only be able to use these templates if you had the pro account. Otherwise, you'd have to use something like this that did not have the crown, which is not a pro account. All right, but so you just find the template that you want, which I believe the one that I wanted was this one, and I already have mine set up. Now you can do the page individually, whereas if you click on it like that, it'll just add that February page to your blank page there. I'm going to go ahead and backspace and take that off. Or you can click this and it'll add all 12 pages for every month. So I have already gone ahead and done that. So I'm just going to scroll back up all the way up back to January here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to get this set up. Now here's my January calendar that I decided that I wanted to have for my calendar. All right, and it started off just like this, a blank canvas, but then I just ended up putting a picture in the background so that it could just be a little bit more fabulous. All right, so we're going to scroll on down to February, and I already had that one set up as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I'm just going to scroll all the way down to April and show you guys how I got everything set up. So all I did was I just highlighted everything and I grouped it together, because what I want to do is I want to move all these elements at the same time when I'm spreading them out over the whole entire page here. Like so that everything moves together and I don't have anything that's getting unaligned. So I'm going to do that for April. Go down and group everything for May. And then I'm just going to stretch it out. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all the months. Move that over a little bit. Stretch that out all the way to the end of the page like that. June, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to group them all together. Again, just stretching them all out because I wanted to take up the whole entire page of my print. So we're just going to keep doing that until we get to December. Just gonna move it up a little bit there. Group. Sometimes my mouse decides it wants to be sticky and be bad. So you just got to give it a little time. Just group everything up and just keep moving it over. September, October, group. November. And December. All right, so now I'm going to scroll back up here all the way up. I'm going to go back to February. And then what you could do is, if you don't like the font that you currently have, you can always go in and change the font. So since I've grouped everything now, I won't be able to change that font, so I got to ungroup it. Now I'll be able to just click on the font, and as you can go over here to the font names, I decided to go with shrink hand font because I did like the look of that font. But if you click down, you'll get all these drop down fonts that you can use to go ahead and add into your canvas. But I do like the one for shrink hand, so I'm going to keep that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and group it back together. And now I want to add my design in. So I got a bunch of designs off of Etsy. This was just a bunch of cute designs that I got off of Etsy. And here they all are. So I'm going to go ahead and add them one by one to my canvas in no specific order. Just add them where I want them to go. All right, so I'm just going to stretch her a little bit out over the page. And I want to make sure her bun is not cut off. And then you see she's kind of really heavy with the ink print on the page. So I'm going to go up here to these little boxes next to flip, and that's the transparency box. And then I'm just going to bring the transparency down so that just blurs it out just a little bit and it's not so strong on the page. And then I'm just going to basically just go to every month, pick the image that I want to have, and do that for every month. Going to go to uploads, click the next image. It's going to add it to my page. Again, my mouse is being tricky. It wants to blink off and on, so we got to work with that. So this is March. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit, go up here to the transparency box and bring the color down a little bit so that when I get ready to write on my calendar, I can still be able to see what I want to write and still see the image that I want to see. And we're just going to go through all the months and put in all the images that I want and bring the transparency down. Gonna go to May, and I'm just gonna keep going all the way until I get through. All right, so I've got each month set up the way that I want to have it. And so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here to share. I'm going to put share, and I'm going to download all of my months. And it'll let you say here what pages you want to download. Now, I already downloaded page 1, so I'm going to uncheck that one. But all the rest, I want to have those pages, and 13 is just a blank page, so I don't want that. So I'm going to push done, and then I'm going to download it. And you will see that it is downloading here where this blue line is going over to the right. And once it's done, it will give me this zipped folder here. And all I have to do is I have to go over to downloads, and I have to unzip my calendar so that I can get it printed. So let's head on over to the below folder down here, which is my folder. I'm going to click desktops and downloads again so that I can get to my current file that I want to export and open and print, which is this file here. I'm going to decide where am I going to put this. So I think that I'm just going to, let me see, right now, put it in this one. And I'm going to give it a new folder, and I'm just going to say printed. Oops, and let me go back because I like to have all my things in capital letters here. You see my blue folder is highlighted, and I'm going to say printed 2026 calendar. All right, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to open up this box. Then I'm going to go back to my downloads, and I'm going to copy and paste this file into my 2026 calendar folder, and then I'm going to extract it so that I can open it up so that I can get it to print. And there is my calendar, February through December. So again, I already did print up January, so we're going to skip that one. All right. So then all I'm going to do is just, I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see it's going to come up here. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to come here to the little computer, which is print. I want to make my paper to be landscape because I want it to go from side to side. So you see it changed it there. You want to get the correct printer that you want it to print on. Mine is the inkjet printer. I want a full page. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push print. And then we're going to head on over. Whoopsies, hit my camera stand. We're going to head on over to the printer so that we can get that printed out. All right, and there you have it. You see there's my printed page for my February. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get the rest of the months printed out off camera. I'll be back to show you guys once I get all the months printed out how we're going to put this calendar together. All right, everybody. So all the pages have been printed out, as you can see here. Just going to real quickly go through them all. Not in any particular order, but just to let you see. So the rest of the materials I'm going to need is my paper cutter. I'm going to use some chipboard that I did get off of AliExpress. I'm going to be using some ribbon, some cardstock, some Elmer's glue, my stapler, and a pair of scissors so that I can get this project done. Now, as you can see, my calendar is a little bit longer Then my chipboard there, if you look up here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on my paper cutter, and I'm just going to get it all cut out to the same length as the chipboard. And I'm going to do my best to get all these pages in here and get them all cut at the same time. So let's see if we can accomplish that. Just turn it this way to see where is that little cutter, and that looks right. So I'm just going to take this edge here and I'm going to slide it up, and then as you see, it cut off all those strips, and I'm just going to pull it back one more time to make sure it went through all the pages. All right, and that looks pretty good. So now when I put it on my chipboard, all those pages should hopefully line up, and look at that, it does not a little bit, so I need to cut it one more time there. So let's put that back in, get it lined up, and let's cut one more time. Let's see. Still a little off, guys. So, well, we're just going to cut it down a little more. Put the rest of that top line in there and cut it one more time. Hopefully, third time is the charm. And it didn't get that bottom one cut. Let me take that one out and just do it separate. All right, that's pretty good. That's close enough for me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stapler and I'm going to staple all my pages together like this. Just right at the top there. Just going all the way across, getting them all stapled together, so that when I fold it on my chipboard, it won't be moving around the pages. They'll just flip over real nicely. All right, so now let's get this out of the way. Now let's come on over here to our chipboard. And now, as you can see, the paper is a little bit shorter than the chipboard. So what I want to do to make that really cute is I'm going to take some of this cardstock paper and I'm going to put it on the ends over here like that to hide the ugly brown chipboard spot. So I'm just going to put it in here and push it to the end so I can get a nice amount that's going to cover up the sides of that chipboard. And let's see if I can't get this to be the same size. If not, that's okay. Just so long as I have enough to cover up the chipboard, that's good. All right, that looks good. And you see, so then both of these pieces will go on the side here. Like so. And just to make it easier for myself to find out how much we have to cut off, I'm just going to put a little fold in there like that and put the other one together with it. That'll show me how long the piece is going to be that needs to be cut. And I'm just going to get my little handy dandy scissors here and cut that off like that. All right, so now you see that it fits the chipboard real nice on both sides. Then I'm just going to take my glue stick here and I'm just going to put some glue on the back and I'm just going to glue it together like that and put it on the side of my chipboard. Making sure I get all the way down there to the bottom. Then I'm going to put this one on the other side over here. All right, and so now you'll see when I put my calendar down, I'll have a pretty purple outline instead of that ugly chipboard. All right, so the next thing that I want to do to cover up those staples is I'm going to take my ribbon here and I'm going to cut this straight, this side here. And then I'm just going to overcut a little bit because I want it to wrap around. And I'm just going to put it up there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to... Actually, I think what I want to do is I want to staple it to my chipboard. So I'm going to put like a few more staples in here onto my chipboard as well. Just maybe 3, just enough to hold it. Like that. And then you see my 3 staples there go through the back of my chipboard. All right, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right up here along the edges of those staples. And then I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm just going to place it right over top of my word January because I don't want it to cover up that whole January wording. I just want it to cover the top of the chipboard. Then I'm going to fold it in like this. Going to add me a little bit more glue to the back. Like so. Maybe I should come over a little bit further because that's coming over a little bit further there. Gonna glue up this side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put glue all the way across here. Like so. And then I'm just going to fold this part of the ribbon down. Like this. And actually, I might want to just undo that and put a little glue on the inside of this ribbon too, so that that inside sticks as well. So let's put a little bit on the top of that too. Just like that. And then let's fold it over. Then all we're going to do is we're going to turn it around. And look at that. You have a beautiful 2026 calendar ready to go that you created with your own designs that you wanted. You can flip it over just like the ones in the store and write on it just whatever you want. Your own personalized calendar. Just like that. All right, guys. So I want to thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Tracy with JDL Threads. I hope you did enjoy today's tutorial. Please, again, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.